Today we'll be doing the Lucki Iceberg all the way from the top of the list down to the bottom of the list. And if y'all enjoy videos like these and if I should do more of these, just let me know in the comments and let's get right into this. So now we're on the top of the list and the first one we're doing is Lucki is Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD is Lucki is basically saying that Juice WRLD is alive and Juice WRLD is basically like a reincarnation of Lucki. And there's also a lot of videos saying that Juice WRLD is Lucki, and also because Juice has 5 letters in his name and Lucki has 5 letters in his name. Lucki's old name used to be Lucki X, and X has 4 letters in his name, and the world in Juice WRLD has 4 letters in his name. Another thing about this is he has an album named The World, and he also had a tour named The World Is Yours Tour, and they're all putting it together speculating that Juice WRLD is Lucki, reincarnated basically. Or Lucki is Juice WRLD or whatever. And you can probably find more in-depth, videos around YouTube if you just type in Lucki is Juice WRLD. Now next up on the list is called Flawless. Flawless is basically the album that Lucki made. It's a 24-track album that features Babyface Ray, Future, and it has a lot of good songs on there, Alright, next up on the list is For Lifers. Now, For Lifers was a funny video that Lucki did a while back, and basically, it was pretty big. You may have seen it, you may have not, but this is what it is.
Hey, say it again. Hey, what we is? For Lifers.
Now, next up on the list is Chase the Money. Now, Chase the Money is a producer which also produced a lot of Lucki songs which you may know of. He produced a lot of songs on Freeway 5 that Lucki made, like More Than Ever, Interlude, and Of Course You Won't. You will know him a lot in the songs because it'll sound like this.
Chase the money, chase the money.
But next time you find into a Lucki song and you hear Chase the Money, it's basically the producer that produced a lot of Lucki songs. Now next up on the list is Underground King. Now a lot of people will say Lucki is the Underground King, and I do agree. He did influence the underground a lot, like with his Cloud Rap album, and also in his song Poker Face he also says how he is the Underground King. And in the song Poker Face that Lucki made, in one of his lyrics he says, "Underground King, fuck your top chart, A, whoa, tell me you don't feel me, A." And I do agree that he was one of the kings in the underground. Next on the list is called We Get High, We Get Fat. We Get High, We Get Fat is a lyric to a song Lucki made called At Least I Think It's Real. That's really all it is, it's just him saying we get high, we get fat. And it's also a thing that they do every time he's on tour, or when he plays that song, a lot of them just yell or like put in their captions, we get high, we get fat. We finally made it to the second layer on this iceberg. Now the first one for this second layer on the iceberg is weight gain. Now we all know Lucki used to be really skinny and then he gained weight, all from lean and drugs and everything. It sucks. Here's a clip of him saying how he got big and everything, and yeah.
We get high, we get fat.
We get high, we get fat.
Damn.
First off,
the best way to start a song.
I think when I was going to, yes.
I was skinny when I said that.
When I heard that line, that was before I was really listening to you. And he played that for me, and
I was trying to convert him.
it blew my mind. I thought it was the most impressive opening line to a song.
You know where I get that from though? Y'all don't remember they used to say the gangsters get chubby and move to Miami? That's where I get that from.
Yeah.
Still, just to start. It was just the way
just like on some
everything.
young
Like
niggas saying that shit.
Yeah, that's why.
I think
Like,
you're
you
like
don't
one
give
of
a
the
fuck,
first or only niggas who embrace gaining weight.
It's really like a little karma thing. Not karma, but I wish this on myself because I used to want to be like Sosa and Gucci Man, and I was skinny as hell trying to get a little pudge. Then I got it, but I stopped caring about having it.
Next up on the list is called Playboy Cardi Collab. Alright, the Lucki song featuring Playboy Cardi is a song that they made a long time ago, and the song is called Saucin'. And this is when Cardi's name was Cash Cardi and Lucki's name was Lucki X. I don't know if y'all ever heard of this song. It's one of those rage beats, I guess you could say. If you haven't heard it, I'll put it in the link in the description so you can go listen to it somewhere on YouTube. And also a year ago, fans were thinking that Playboy Cardi might make another song with Lucki, and there might be another feature in the future. But I'm not really sure about that, so it's just something you'll have to wait and find out. Now next up on the list is Codone. I don't know if I said that right. Now I'm just gonna call it Codone, but Codone is like a merch basically for Lucki. There's a lot of cool merches that I like on there. If y'all want to look at the merch and check its Instagram, I'll put it in the link description. It's like him as like a cartoon, I could say, but they're pretty cool and I like them a lot. And so if y'all like them, I think y'all should check them out. Now next up on the list is Lucki X. Now Lucki X is basically what Lucki's old name used to be when he used to rap. I don't know, maybe a lot of y'all might have listened to him when his name was Lucki X, but I did say his name a lot during this video. That's probably why y'all are wondering why I said X. But yeah, basically his old name used to have X as the last name. And Lucki said that the reason why he changed his name from X was because he said it was childish and he wanted something more grown. Now next thing on the list is called Ski. Now ski is basically a thing Lucki does put a lot in his songs and say a lot in his songs. And the songs with ski in it is like ski, would it be Drought Ski, Purple Heart Ski, Super Ski, and then there's also the unreleased ones like Top Ski / Free Slime. Now next on the list is called Belly Boys 4L. Belly Boys 4L is basically a tweet that Lucki said, and he said, "I'm fat ass shit again." And then someone replied and said, "Same twin, it's okay though, Belly Boys for life." So that's basically where it came from. It's some guy that just randomly tweeted after and showed his belly and said, "Belly Boys for life." Now next up on the list is called Shrek Memes. Now Shrek Memes is basically when Lucki went live, someone in his chat said, "Man, you look like Shrek when he was saving Fiona," which was basically this picture right here. And they just put it side by side and said he looked like Shrek. Now the last one on this layer is called Left to Die. Left to Die is basically like a Lucki fan page, I guess you could say. He basically posts a lot of Lucki's old songs and says how like it's peak, and he always just posts like a lot of Lucki stuff. He's he's on SoundCloud, TikTok, and he just posts a lot of Lucki content. He's like a Lucki plug, you could say. Now we made it to the third layer, and the first thing on the third layer is Son of Sam's story. Now Son of Sam is basically a EP Lucki made a long time ago when his name was Lucki X, and the story behind it is basically, as the title of the EP is Son of Sam, Lucki chose the cover to be inspired by the first Son of Sam letter. It was written by a murderer, David Berkowitz, I don't know if I said that right, who was notorious for the murders of 6 people between 1976 and 1977 throughout different parts of New York City before his arrest on August 11. That's a crazy album cover. That's basically what Son of Sam is. It's an EP Lucki made about this murderer, and yeah. Now next on the list is called Lucki Twice. Lucki Twice is basically a thing that was happening and going on, and I think it still does, where every time you would type Lucki in the search bar, it would show this Swedish pop duo every time you type Lucki. And there was a weird thing going on, and it was just people's autocorrect that was going on and everything. Now next on the list is called Lucki's Son. Now Lucki's son, if you did not know, Lucki actually does have a son, and he also just had another son named Logan a while back, which is I like to congratulate him. Now next up on the list is OVO Radio. Now, if you did not know, Drake did put a Lucki song on his OVO radio station. I'm about to show a clip of more in depth of Lucki talking about how he got on the OVO radio, so here it is.
Well, I mean, they did, cause like, you know, I keep up with OVO and whatnot. They played you on OVO Sound Radio recently. That was tight. Yeah, tell me about that. Like, how did that kind of work out, and like what was your reaction to that?
That was pretty hard. You know, Drake like one of my favorite rappers growing up, so. Yeah. His whole brand, all that shit, like, I remember when OVO Radio first became a thing, like when Apple Music first started, like, being, like, you know, like, one of the main platforms, I used to be, like, just beasting over my shit being played over there. So it's really, like, a dream come true type of thing.
Yeah. You know? No, that's crazy. Yeah, like, I wonder if it's, like, Drake himself, or is, like...
yeah, because I really feel like they play my song back to back, so I really feel like they were showing support, and, like, they really, like the music, because some platforms... Like, especially as of recent, some platforms will see like I got a strong fan base, and they just try to show me support just to make my fans, just so my fans like can be like, oh, y'all fucking with Lucki, like, you feel me?
But it's not genuine. You know?
Yeah, like that was like genuine. They really like, you know.
Yeah.
Like I never talked to Drake, I never nothing, but he can listen to my music and know what inspired me. So
Right.
like even his peoples, like they can listen to my music and know where it come from, where the inspiration come from. So I really
That's
appreciate
tight,
that.
man. Nah, shout out to Drake, super tapped in.
Now, next on the list is called Chicago Bears. Now, if you did not know, Lucki did a commercial for the Chicago Bears with G Herbo, and it was shot by Lyrical Lemonade. So here's the commercial of it. Now, next on the list is called Mexican Tweets. Now, Mexican Tweets is basically Lucki made tweets about Mexicans a long time ago on Twitter. And I'm gonna put them on screen, but I really can't read them because yeah, it's pretty racist and crazy things he said. But that's basically what this is. He did some Mexican tweets, and if you want to read them, just pause the video and it's right there. Now, next on the list is called Phase Love. Now, if you don't know who Phase Love is, this is Phase Love. And basically, there was this video that went around and people were saying you looked like Phase Love. So I'm about to show the video right now.
If you just screenshotted that video of me high last night and you just posted it, like, we gotta save Lucki. I wish I could block you, bro. Fuck, that just really hurt my feelings, bro, for real, bro. Because like I'm burnt out or something out here. Like, bro, it's other rappers y'all need to be saving, bro. Niggas is real crackheads. I'm a party animal. I can't. I can't help myself.
And basically, yeah, that's basically why they were just calling him Phase Love, because they looked like him, and that's where they got it from. Now, next on the list is called Nevermind Cover. Now, Lucki's album named Freewave 2 is basically just the Nirvana's Nevermind cover, but just like a darker version. Now, next on the list is called The Lyrical Lemonade Interview. The Lyrical Lemonade Interview was basically an interview that Lyrical Lemonade did with Lucki back when his name was basically Lucki X. It was back in 2015, and it just explained all of his projects in the future and everything, but all those are basically out now. But if y'all still want to go check it out, I'll put in the link in the description, and yeah. Now, the last thing on this layer is called AJ. Now, AJ is basically like a mystery, I guess you could say. In a lot of his songs, he always talks about an AJ, but no one really knows who it is. But if any of y'all do know, y'all just let me know in the comments. Now we finally made it to the fourth layer, and the first one on the fourth layer is Lamborghini High video. Now, if you did not know, in ASAP Mob's music video, Lamborghini High, Lucki's actually in the music video in the background. If you pay really close attention, you can see him. Now, next up on the list is Giving Lean to Young Lean. Now, this is a video of Lucki giving Young Lean lean, and it was also confirmed that it wasn't real lean, but it's still funny, so here it is.
I don't get niggas free lean, but this Young Lean is my nigga. Courtesy of Young Lean, gotta give it to him. Giving him a whole, pouring him the whole thing, give him a whole little deuce.
Folks want to deuce in this cup. We don't want to deuce in this too.
For the whole deuce.
That's how I do it at McDonald's with that Fruitopia thing, bro. You gotta pour up with that Fruitopia.
Now, next up on the list is called Japan. Japanese is basically just the song Japanese Denim that Lucki made with V's. If you did not know, Japanese denim is basically a thread for clothing. If you get more in Japan and the Iceberg, just let me know in the comments. And it's also alleged that Lucki was in Japan and there's pictures, but no one can seem to find them. Maybe there's probably people out there that has them. Next on the list is called Banned from Chicago Parties. Now, this one can be kind of confusing. There's a lot of things that can go with this. One is for doing the R word, and also for not showing up to a show or something. If y'all know, again, let me know in the comments. Now, the next thing on the list is called Kevin 6 Below. So if you don't know who Six Below is basically a producer for Lucki back then. His name was Lucki X, and he made songs like Comfortable, and he also made other songs. But yeah, he's basically was like an old producer for Lucki. Next on the list is called Lil Tracy No Walk. Lil Tracy No Walk is basically a thing for a song that Lucki and Lil Tracy made together. It's called Percent, and there might be more to it, but that's what I know so far about this. Next on the list is called Marcus Basque Incident. So Marcus was basically a producer for Lucki and made songs like Rain, Sacred, and the reason why they quit making songs together was because Marcus and him had beef, because Marcus called Lucki a lean head and Lucki wasn't fucking with it, so yeah. We have finally made it to the 5th layer on this iceberg, and for the first one on this 5th layer is called Silent Hill Sample. The song that was sampled by Silent Hill is called Play by Lucki, and it was produced by Forza, and the sample for the song is called Laura Plays the Piano for Silent Hill 2, and that's where the sample of Silent Hill comes from. Next on the list is called Scamming Verses. So if you didn't know, Lucki scammed Juice WRLD for a verse. Here's Lucki explaining everything that happened.
Juice WRLD bought a feature from me, right? I swear to God. Juice WRLD bought a feature from me. And I finessed it for a feature, right? But it was cheap, like $200, $300 type shit. This when we both was teenagers, right? And so then when he blew up, he DM'd me like, yo, bro, yada yada, that shit, this, that. Like, but I don't really care about it. But I thought he was another person, right? So then I'm like, bro, eat a dick, yada yada. Because that person that I thought he was, he finessed me in a way, you know? So I'm like, bro, eat a dick. Like, I'm basically saying, like, it's still up there. But he was funny, so I'm like, eat a dick. But then, when I found out that it wasn't that person, I felt like a dickhead, but I got too much pride to, like, DM, like, hey, bro, like, at the time, I had too much pride. I'm like, yo, bro, my bad, bro. Yeah, I ain't realized that was you. But he's such a good person. He ain't even, like, care. He realized, like, because he already knew, like, he was like, that's why I DM'd you inside. I didn't care about it, bro, because come on, I get how like you, bro. I realized like you was just off the Zans trying to get some. You was a kid trying to get some money, so I realized that, and that's what made us close as fuck. Like the first day we met, we was real life supposed to do a song, but I just fell asleep high as fuck. Right, backwards. I just fell asleep high as fuck, and then he was so mad, right? Because it was in L.A. Like Juice WRLD do like this. A lot of people, I used to be wondering like why he fuck with me so much. And I'm not finna, this not finna be about him. I'm just, you know, but I wonder like why he fuck with me so much. Like he said he used to support me and shit. Like, cause he was like, bro, why you did, bro? You could stay, bro. Like you could stay. This is my crib, bro. I'm like, nah, bro. I got somewhere to stay, bro. Cause we was in L.A. That's how a person he was like real life. Cause I be seeing motherfuckers he be with like every day. Like why he with them? But I just know how he live. Like I know how he got a good ass heart. Like.
Next on the list is called Getting Tackled by a 5'4" Man. Now this story is pretty funny, but back in 2015 Lucki was chased by a 5'4" man after he stole his wallet. Then he got arrested. He got charged for a count of felony robbery, and just imagine getting robbed by Lucki. Next on the list is called Chance the Rapper Zans. Now there's two things to the Chance the Rapper Zans story. One is basically Chance the Rapper gave Lucki a Zan, and then the other one is Chance the Rapper helped him stop doing Zans. I honestly think he helped him stop doing Zans. That's for y'all to decide and for y'all to think about. Next on the list is called Icy Twat Beef. The Lucki and Icy Twat Beef is basically just them going back and forth talking about how one was being snappy and just being weird. Low key, I'm on Lucki's side with this one a little bit, but I'm gonna have the text on the screen while I say all this because it is a lot on there, and if you want, just go ahead and pause the video. I'll just keep it going, and yeah, skip to this timestamp if you don't want to read all of it. Next on the list is called Almost There Deluxe. The Almost There Deluxe is an album that Lucki dropped. This is the tweet before he dropped it, showing when he was gonna drop it. This Deluxe is a 12-song album and has a lot of good songs on there. We have finally made it to the 6th layer of this iceberg, and for the first one in the 6th layer, it's called Midnight 7K. Midnight 7K is a producer for one of Lucki's songs called Make It, featuring Kevin Kazi, and this song was made 6 years ago and it's pretty good. The next one on the list is called Being in Glow Gang for a Week. So if you did not know, Chief Keef welcomed Lucki into the Glow Gang, and he was only in there for a week, but this was around the time when him and Chance the Rapper was making Stevie Wonder, and then this all happened after his Body Hype project, which helped him with his videos and all his songs and everything. But yeah, the next one on the list is called Redbubble Merch. Redbubble merch is basically like fan merch, so there's a lot of merch for Lucki, like this one and this one. It's basically like fan-made merch, but low-key might cop me some, to be honest. Next up on the list is called Ice Peach Puff Bar. Ice Peach Puff Bar is basically it's one of the puff bars he likes, and yeah, that's really it. I mean, nothing much to it. If you know more, just let me know in the comments. Now, next on the list is called Candle Cove. Now, Candle Cove is a horror creepypasta series that's been going on around in like 2015, and Lucki basically like watched it and just says it's one of the creepypastas he watched and seen. I can't really find much more about it. Now, next on the list is called Low Life Chopped and Screwed. Now, Low Life Chopped and Screwed is basically where they take the original version and then kind of like edit it to like a deeper, lower voice version. And usually they're my favorite type of versions. He made Low Life when his name was Lucky X, but yeah, Chopped and Screwed is basically where they edit it and change it a little bit. We are now on the 7th layer of this iceberg, and the first one we're doing on the 7th layer is called Pretty Ho Smoke Reggie. Pretty Ho Smoke Reggie is a song Lucki had in this album back in the day called Outside Activists, and he made this album back in 2012. This was around when he first started rapping, and in his album it has a total of 21 songs on it. Next on the list is called Dodge Commercial. Now, the Dodge Commercial I can't really get too much information on. Fans do speculate that Lucki was in a Dodge commercial in like a background or in a setting, but to be honest, I don't think so, but it's just a rumor. Next up in the list is Often Batch Signing. Now, this is another one I don't have a lot of information on, but if you know, let me know in the comments. Next up in the list is Seagoon Bites Lucki's Flow. A lot of people are saying that Seagoon took Lucki's flow and that's why he got so big from just using his flow, but what do y'all think about that? Now, next on the list is called Syrup Talk Nightcore. So Syrup Talk is basically a song in this EP called Son of Sam that he made back in 2016, and basically it's just the same thing from the Son of Sam letter earlier where it talks about that murderer, and it's part of the song list. We have made it to the final layer on this iceberg. I'd like to thank everybody who stayed watching this. Now, for the first one on this last layer on this iceberg is called Truth About Underwater. Underwater is one of Lucki's leakers. He has a lot of Lucki unreleased and throwaway songs. I don't know how he gets it. I guess it's just connections. There is one song that a lot of people want and it's called Overseas, but Lucki says it's a throwaway, but Underwater has it. But who knows if it'll ever come out or not. Next up on the list is called Lucki Was in V3. This one I don't really have a lot of information on. If you do, tell me in the comments. Next up on the list is the drug dealer Picasso. Now, for this one, Lucki does say Picasso in one of his songs, and it does relate to a lot of the drugs he talks about and uses, like Xanax, weed, and just even more drugs that he says. But yeah, that's how they both correlate. Now, next up on the list is called Kenny Chosen Drive By. Now, Kenny Chosen's been in Lucki songs before. Here's a lyric of it saying, "A, and if she chooses me, then Kenny Chosen, and I got this freebie because he owe me. I made double profit off your homie." He used to be Fredo Santana's intern. The drive-by part, I can't find much information about that. I think it's just a rumor, but yeah. for the last one, it is Alternative Freewave 3 cover. Now, if you did not know, now there actually used to be another cover that he was gonna do for Freewave 3, but he decided to change it to the one that is now. That looks like this. But the one he had before was gonna look like this. But yeah, basically they're the same, but it's just the other one's a cartoon. And we finally finished the Iceberg. I'd like to thank everyone who stayed. This video did take me a long time, and if I did get anything wrong, had misinformation, missed something, or didn't do something, just put it in the comments for me, and I'll go ahead and do better for my next video, and I can learn for my next video. But if y'all want more of these, just let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video.